Iverson stands on the sidewalk adjusting his tie yet again. He speaks into his recorder. I detected a procedural irregularity in the vicinity of roundabout 17B. It appears to be smoking. The traffic light flashes red angrily. Iverson walks past it, eyes glued to his digital clipboard, muttering about compliance and sacred oaths while smoke drifts from nearby location. Iverson stops near the roundabout, looking at a wisp of purple smoke rising from the pavement. He looks deeply concerned, his brow furrowed as he taps his recorder urgently. Astrid holds up a steaming cup, staring at a nervous customer. She proclaims, "Gravinot isn't just a beverage, it's a lifestyle, a gentle nudge against the crushing weight of existence." The customer asks if it comes in decaf. Astrid gasps in horror, clutching her chest. She whispers, "Gravity itself isn't decaffeinated. Why should your tea be?" Astrid continues to pitch her tea, ignoring the strange hum coming from the ground, her eyes wide with entrepreneurial fervour as she waves a tea infuser. Dimitri holds a charred, self-stirring mug that is currently a cloud of grey smoke. He brushes soot off his sleeve and announces calmly, "I have improved it. It now stirs faster." Iverson points at the smoking mug and sighs. "It exploded, Dimitri!" Dimitri simply nods in agreement, repeating, "Yes, faster." Astrid watches them with a mix of curiosity and annoyance. Enzo leans forward from the shadows, eyes wide. He hisses, "This is exactly how it starts. First the mugs, then the kettles. Then boom, full-scale beverage uprising. At Lex crouches nearby. The ground emits a deep, annoyed hum. Lex stands up slowly, sensing the vibration. He asks, "Is this what humans call a warm welcome?" Astrid hands him a fresh cup of tea. Iverson drops his clipboard in shock as a large metallic structure begins to break through the asphalt. He stammers, "That is not compliant." Dust rises from the center of the roundabout as the massive object continues to emerge. Enzo begins unfolding a wildly unnecessary and complicated diagram, looking triumphant. Astrid squints at the towering structure and asks, "Is it a teapot?" Iverson snaps back, "It is not a teapot!" Dimitri tilts his head, considering the possibility. Enzo grins and declares, "Spaceship, buried for centuries, hidden by the roundabout classic misdirection." He taps his diagram knowingly while Lex looks at the ship with recognition and fear. Lex says quietly, "Oh, that's not good." When the others ask why, he smiles nervously. "Either we make a discovery, or we just made a very expensive mistake." The ship blinks to life. A message broadcasts across the city. They find that the spaceship is from a moon of Saturn and is loaded with an idea of renewable currency, of money that never runs out. The city system starts using renewable money, and people's kindness scores a tally. Iverson tries to file a report on his clipboard, but a green +10 floats above him for being diligent. A group of people are aggressively complimenting each other to raise their scores. Astrid realizes the potential. The system is turning virtue into a franchise. Enzo watches suspiciously as people trade good deeds like currency. He whispers to Iverson, "I told you, the infrastructure is in on it. They're optimizing our souls." The men are bowing and gesturing politely while their holographic scores tick upwards. Dimitri walks by, effortlessly lifting a heavy crate for a stranger, gaining a massive score boost. Astrid is overwhelmed by customers trying to buy kindness. She looks at Iverson and says, "Doing good isn't about kindness anymore. It's about strategy." We have to stop this. Iverson slams his clipboard down. We can't out-file it. We need to introduce inefficiency. Lex nods. The machine can't quantify spontaneity or a perfectly timed sigh. Dimitri stirs the giant vat with his bare hands. Astrid adds a pinch of variable herbs. She says, "This tea will tell gravity and the system to take a breath." Enzo points at the ship's core. Iverson adjusts his tie, looking determined. "I have a form that is so bureaucratically complex, it will paralyze the ship's intent sensors." Dimitri pours the chaotic chamomile into the cooling vents. Lex stands by the console, performing an interpretive dance of hesitation to confuse the sensors. Iverson feeds a stack of confusing compliance forms into a light beam interface. The machine starts to stutter as Astrid shouts, "Be spontaneous! Do something meaningless!" The system hesitates for 3 glorious seconds. The holographic leaderboard in the sky starts to flicker and dissolve. Enzo cheers, waving his diagrams in the air. The glowing numbers over everyone's heads disappear. People stop their forced politeness and look around, confused. The ship exhales a final cloud of tea-scented steam. Iverson watches the ship vanish. He looks at his recorder, status non-compliant, and I'm fine with it. He shares a quiet, real smile with Lex and Astrid. Dimitri and Enzo walk off together, arguing about tea. The crew stands together. Lex observes a simple, untracked act of kindness and smiles. Close enough is where the good stories begin.
What in this world doesn't run out from use? Are there not alternatives to bring us the good news? They said let's take this renewable money. They pledged let's put in it our pocket. This green solution that sets us free, that lets us soar so high, like a launched rocket. In a sci-fi world, in a world where kindness is renewable currency, on a spaceship, ancient and full of mystery, 5 brave souls, each with a unique history, embark on a journey to rewrite the economy story. We're making the money new again, in a world where goodwill is not in vain. Saturn's renewable currency, the game. We're making the money new again. What in this world doesn't run out from use? Are there not alternatives to bring us the good news? They said let's take this renewable money. They pledged let's put it in our pocket. This green solution that sets us free, that lets us soar so high, like a launched rocket. Iverson, the officer's dressed but compliant. Astrid, the tea brewer, always so reliant. Dimitri, the inventor, strong and defiant. Enzo, the theorist, never silent. And Lex, the alien, practicing humanity so vibrant. We're making the money new again, turning kindness into a competitive domain. Saturn's renewable currency, the game. We're making the money new again. We're making the money new again. What in this world doesn't run out from use? Are there not alternatives to bring us the good news? They said let's take this renewable money. They pledged let's put it in our pocket. This green solution that sets us free, that lets us soar so high, like a launched rocket. On Saturn's moon, where money never depletes, a system so perfect it never causes defeat. But here on this spaceship we face our feat of a machine optimizing goodwill into spreadsheet. We're making the money new again. Out-file, out-brew, out-think, that's the plan. Saturn's renewable currency, the game. We're making the money new again. We're making the money new again. What in this world doesn't run out from you? Saw they're not alternatives to bring us the good news. They said, let's take this renewable money. They pledged, let's put it in our pocket. This green solution that sets us free, that lets us soar so high, like a launch rocket.